Alright, welcome back. These are the Cardiff skates. I got these from Brookstone for about $75. They are from the Cardiff Skate Company. They operate out of Cardiff, California. On the upper part of the skate, you'll see an extra strap. I tried to use it without that strap, and my heel kept coming out of place. So I went online to cardiffskate.com and I purchased this strap. It costs an extra $20. It's supposed to be designed for more aggressive skating, but even whenever I was trying to skate normal, I couldn't skate without it. In these skates today, I will be practicing some of the normal maneuvers. That would be the parallel power slide. That is the first successful one. And here are some crossovers. The crossovers are a little more tricky because of the wheel on the back of the skate. This wheel is mainly designed to brake, but it can be used a little bit throughout your skate when you lean back. Most of the wear is on the outside wheels of your skate and not necessarily on the inside. At least this was the case for me. As I roll down this hill, I'm going to demonstrate how you would brake in these skates normally, using both brakes on both sides. There's the right, and there's the left. You can do this alternating the skates, that way you can get used to it. Of course, you're going to have one dominant foot over the other. I'm going to do a couple of practice sessions, that way I can get used to it before I go out. Here we go, my first grass roll test. Not that successful. I have never been skiing before, but I could imagine that this is somewhat what it might feel like. the frames are a little bit longer, so it's a little harder to take your feet off the ground. But overall, the skates are made with very good material. They're a little heavier, a little clunkier. Maybe if I just casually walk through this grass, I can kind of get the feel of it before I try to skate through the grass again. Doesn't seem to do too bad over these bricks. I actually got some strides out of that. Right now I'm getting some quick crossovers in right before I pick up some speed so I can make another attempt through the grass. Eight to 10 feet. Not too bad. Could be better though. With a normal skate, I could roll much longer. So these do not do that great through the grass, but they do roll, and I could imagine if you had a downhill, you might be able to roll a little faster and a little longer. Let's try to run and skate. This definitely does take a lot of energy to do. Enough messing around, it's time for some speed. Let's see how fast I can go without hurting myself. It is a little bit of a challenge to pick up speed and keep control at the same time, but I'm sure the more practice I do, the better. Here is the 1 foot paddle. It's a little sketchy. I could do better. But for the most part, it is a success. Really getting at it right now. Let's see how this works in tight areas. Right here, you will see my wheels hit together, and that caused me to trip. You might call this a failure, but I call it a success because I did not end up in the lake. Here's the young gentleman that saw me.
Used to rollerblades. Yeah.
It's funny how people are concerned about the padding that I'm not wearing, but they can care less about me trying to make some kind of attempt to skate on a piece of area that is no longer than a foot wide. Here is attempt number 2. And I would call that a success. These skates are not really meant for tight areas, but it could be managed. What about a tight turn? That was pretty nice. So this is a reoccurring problem. The design. If you are not careful, it is easy to twist your ankle. Make sure that both feet are firmly on the ground while skating in these. So it's definitely taking me a little bit of time to master these skates. They are a little bit challenging. A little more challenging than the land roller skates that I skated in. When I first put them on, yes, it's easy to stand in. You would probably think at first, oh, these are like quad skates. But then when you start to maneuver in them and propel yourself, it's a little more complicated than you may think. I can jump pretty good in them. That's a good thing. When I first bought them, I thought, well, these might be in between an inline skate and a quad skate. Maybe a hybrid. But once I tried them on and I started using them, I was starting to think, okay, these are more like quad skates and skis, just without the snow. Now for my next test, let's see how these do with sidewalks. The sidewalk is a little smaller. Let's try to stop. A little bit off. Could use a little work. Let's try some curbs on and off. Jumping up takes a little more time. Jumping down, not as bad. Jumping back up again, make sure that your wheels don't clip the curve as you go over. The normal price on these skates on the Cardiff skate website is $140. I can tell that it is good materials. I'm quite surprised that these skates have not broken yet, considering what I'm doing in them. So overall, they are pretty good skates. Try some fancy footwork here, just to see how comfortable I am from heel to toe. See that wheel in the back? Oh, you saw that? Right there. That's the problem in these skates for me right now. But it's just another thing I'm going to have to get used to. Alright, let's see if we can pick up a little speed in these skates again. Alright, here's my final review. Here's the wear on the wheels. The skates are good quality skates. I like them, and I will definitely be using them again. So thank you, Cardiff Skate Company.